putting an end to identity politics. This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. The left they don't get it. They don't understand how business works. They don't understand turnover. They don't understand that incompetence gets you fired in the real world, not promoted as it does in government. Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. KJRadio.com, 844-551-8255. Jot that number down because I'd love to hear from you. Donald Trump, his administration has lost 11 people since he started. And people, it's unprecedented. That's the most ever. And I'm going, congratulations, Donald Trump. Congratulations for getting it. Congratulations for understanding that you don't have to kowtow to the political process that gets people into government and then leaves them there. We are known, you know what one of the biggest issues is coming up for Congress people? Turnover. Term limits. How often do they stay? They stay all the time. It's the bane of our existence as citizens because they just root in like a tick and finally bury themselves under the skin, and then they start poisoning the body politic, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. When does it end? Well, it doesn't. It's been business as usual, folks, for decades. And Donald Trump says, no, enough is enough. And he proves it. He says, look, I'll hire a staff. And as long as you're useful, as long as you're doing good things and you're pushing the envelope, I want you here. When you go back and you analyze each of the people that Trump has put into place, Mnuchin and various others, you'll go back at some point. If they're still there, it's because their policies work and because Donald Trump sees in them the vision for what he has for that particular office. If you're going to be Donald Trump's Secretary of State, you better share his vision. They tried to build in this, he's got a problem with Rex Tillerson. I don't know if he does or if he doesn't. But what I will say is this. Donald Trump looks at Tillerson, who ran ExxonMobil. He says, you're a brilliant, bright guy. You know, running a larger company than Donald Trump ever ran. But I got elected president, and this is my foreign policy. These are the objectives. Rex, go do it. And I believe Rex Tillerson's still here because he's able to do it. And I also believe that Donald Trump sees in Tillerson his ability to get it done. He understands that in order to run a corporation like Exxon, you got to have, genitalia of steel. But you also have to have a lot of tact. You have to know how to get things done at the global level. That's why he brought Tillerson on. Is he going to last? I don't know. I said right now, he's got to get rid of who was the guy? I talked about him the other day. He's embroiled in scandal now. He did a trip. He brought his wife. He lied. Yeah, you got to go. Some of it is self-inflicted. Tom Price, he resigned. Use of private jets for government travel. 26 chartered planes during his tenure. He wasn't there very long. $1 million of taxpayers' money, domestic and military flights to Asia, Africa, and Europe. And he said, I put people first. He was an orthopedic surgeon. I put people first. This is what I did and all that. Well, you didn't. And Trump said, I need your letter of resignation. Gone. There you have it. Gorka. I think Gorka has a philosophical problem with a couple of the people that remain in the Trump administration. They wanted Gorka out because Gorka is a hardcore conservative. He was deputy advisor focused on national security and counterterrorism. And he was a paid consultant for the Trump campaign at the time. And he resigned. And there's been nobody that's talked about Gorka's resignation as anything but that. I think Gorka said, I can't do this job and do it to the best, to the ability that I want to do it to satisfy the goals of President Trump with the people in place, and he left. Good for him. And it's okay. Gorka remains a very strong advocate of what President Trump is doing. So, no harm, no foul. Steve Bannon. What did Bannon do? Bannon pretended to be bigger than what he was. And as I've said before, at the time Bannon left, I never understood the relationship to begin with, but Trump saw something in it. Maybe it was the Breitbart connection. I don't know. But he's gone, and I'll be honest with you. I think it's a good thing. Just from an outsider's point of view, I think it's a good thing. He worked for the the campaign. And I think Bannon's one of these guys that tried to make it appear that he was doing more than what he was doing. And I think President Trump's like, look, when you do good things, I'm going to credit you. If you go out there and act as if you're bigger than what your role is, you're going to get cut. That's what politicians do. They buff up their resumes. They lie. They make themselves bigger than life when they're nothing. Look at Hillary Clinton. She's a clinic in that. Look at Barack Obama. Holy cow. Can you get any more, bigger than your resume with Barack Obama? Would you elect Barack Obama president based on his resume? Be honest. Of course you wouldn't. He ran on anything but his resume. So when Donald Trump finally gets frustrated, here's how you can stay off of a guy like Donald Trump's crappy list, right? Do your job. Just do it. Do it. Don't worry about the credit. Do your job. We're implementing a project right now that I'm telling you right now, I will go and hand this project over to the appropriate person within the Trump administration. And we're going to say, yes, we're working with the Trump administration because we got to get our pound of flesh, but it'll be in conjunction with them and they can have it. If it helps move the needle, brings more blacks to vote for the Republicans that deserve it, it makes blacks think before they vote for Democrats, because that's all I care about. I don't care about them voting for Republicans. Then fine. That's what our plan is. We have another plan that's going to really revamp. I'm talking about revolutionize what's going on in education. And we're going to put the spotlight on these clowns, these cockroaches in education. And when we do it, if the Trump administration wants to say we were helping with that, then congratulations to them. We will gladly share the spotlight. I mentioned Reince Priebus earlier in terms of leaving. If Reince Priebus wasn't able to wrap his arms around what Donald Trump wanted to do and the personalities of the people involved, he didn't deserve to be in the position he was. And I'll give you another example. Omarosa Maginot, who's now out, selling books and on Big Brother and all this other crap. Should she have been there in the first place? My opinion, absolutely not. Did she help in some strange way? Probably so, in ways that I don't quite understand. And that's okay. It isn't for us to always know, oh, that's a great choice or a bad choice or whatever. Omarosa, Democrat, from what I'm told, certainly a leftist in my opinion, but she did keep the black issues in front of Donald Trump. And in some small way, probably it helped, to bring a few more black people over here and there. I don't know. I'm not going to give her a whole lot of credit for that, but it certainly raised the visibility. She was able to bring in HBCU folks to come in. These are the historically black colleges and universities. And Donald Trump, did that. But when it was time for her to go, there was nobody that was like, oh my gosh, no, you can't let Omarosa go. She's amazing. Of course not. Because she wasn't. But, is the press going to tell you? No, the press wants to milk it. What's she got to say? Give us the dirt on Donald Trump. Omarosa was on Stephen Colbert. What's it like to be on the inside and all that? You want to know why they have to ask those questions? Because none of them are on the inside. That's why when somebody tells you, well, we've got it from an unknown source said, it means we're guessing. We don't know what's happening. Because we don't have any embedded people the way Obama used the press like lap dogs. Folks, let me tell you, be happy that Donald Trump is doing what he's doing. They're not letting up on him. And forget the success. Best year one president, bar none, in modern history, possibly in the history of the republic. And all you hear is negativity from him. I told people many times when Trump got into office, I said the day of politics the way it used to be done is over. Donald Trump will fire people. He's used to it. He doesn't like it. But if you're not meeting the objective, he will do it. I said, get used to that. And it's no longer considered turmoil. That is business as usual. And he will keep doing it until he gets the best person, the person that understands what he wants to accomplish. You do that, you have a job for life. Not only that, when he's done with the presidency, if he's still, alive and kicking and wants to do something else, he'll bring you into his organization. You got to perform. And see, that's the thing that we've no longer required of government. That's why the Tea Party, TeaPartyCommunity.org exists, is because we want accountability. You want it when you hire a contractor. You want it when you hire a sitter to watch your kids. You want people accountable, people you can trust. What's wrong with that? Versus, hey, people got killed at Benghazi. Susan Rice, here's a promotion. Hillary Clinton, why don't you run for president?
He won't stop until he's the top-rated radio talk show host in America.
What kind of weird competitive freak are you?
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.